Hello. Let me press this. We're going to figure this all out today. Is it? Oh, it's streaming now. I think it's working online. It doesn't matter. Okay. Hello. Welcome to the AC Brown Show. Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I think I'm streaming everywhere. Let me see. I'm going to look at if I'm streaming on TikTok. I figured it out. Stream on TikTok, finally. Let me change this to education. Okay. I think I'm doing it on all platforms. Good morning. Happy Sunday. All right. Well, here we are. We are live. I know it's early for a Sunday. Thank you. It's a dress, actually. Hopefully you all can hear me. I'm live on my channel. I'm live everywhere, which is good. So yes, I'm live. I am live. Anywho, so happy Sunday, everyone. I am great. It's a great day. It is the full moon today. So we have a lot to talk about. You look like the therapist and Jeannie in Georgia. Oh, child. Well, thanks. So today isn't just any full moon. This is, I believe, the longest lunar eclipse since 2022. And it's at 15 degrees in Pisces, which is marking like a big kind of completion. So this makes this a great chapter in our lives that is getting ready to end, that is ending for us, for everyone, and it is good. So I'm excited for that. And I am hopeful that this kicks off some really great things for everyone. So, let's talk about it. Let's talk about, I'm going to be making references to this book called It's Not Your Money by Tosha Silver. This is the book I'm going to be referencing today. I love this book. If you haven't read it, please read this book. It's phenomenal. But today we're going to be talking about some of the stuff that Tosha Silver teaches in that book about abundance, and that it's something that you don't chase or create. It's something that you allow by getting out of the way and allowing it to come to you. So this eclipse is really important because this is kind of like a nature's way of clearing those blocks so that prosperity, that abundance can come in and finally reach you and teach you and do all of the things. So why is this eclipse so transformative? So this lunar eclipse occurs on the lunar north node. So the north node is in Pisces. And so while the lunar eclipses are a time to let go of the old and release our attachment to the past, this kind of north node activation indicates a significant a lot of endings, a lot of ending stuff and ending things, and just letting go of stuff. And so this is going to be a really good time, especially today. If you are tired, I get very affected by the full moons. I am exhausted. And I was like in the bed, like, 30 days. So if you are exhausted and you're feeling it, yeah. So this Pisces eclipse is somewhat of a portal, right? So this is kind of the last archetype of the zodiac wheel. As I talk about Pisces a lot, Pisces is the last sign, but it was every sign before in previous lifetimes. So Pisces is so wise, it's so knowledgeable, it has so much to offer you. When you know Pisces people, the Pisces house in your chart, everything, because Pisces has so much to give, and it is a extremely Pisces is just one of those signs, not because I'm a Pisces, but it's just one of those signs that has a lot to offer you. And with this eclipse, Pisces has to do with the the it's dissolving kind of the separate sense of self that we formed through those previous 11 stages, those previous 11 signs. So this sign kind of reminds us of the unity of how everything exists within our world. It's old. Pisces is old. And Pisces teaches us that on a higher level, there is no separation and that everything comes to an end, and every end contains seeds for new beginnings. So when eclipses take place in Pisces, especially, it's really important to honor your limits and protect your energy. And so if the tears come, let the tears come, let them flow. This is your permission to feel everything that's been blocked, especially around money and around receiving. I think that's really important. So for the eclipse kind of timing, so the total eclipse kind of begins at 10:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 1:30, and so the maximum of it is probably around 11:11 Pacific Time, and then it will end around 11:53, I believe. Don't quote me on that, the specific timing of that. So today is going to be really heavy day. It's going to be a lot. Oh my God, I have been denied and lost money. Um, I'm a Pisces too. So I'm not sure what you mean by that. You've been denied and lost money. So let's talk about how the eclipse and talking about a receiving, and I wanted to kind of bring in this kind of divine abundance, right? So the I talked about this probably on Tuesday or Monday about money needs a job and all of that. But money isn't yours to control, even though there are people in the world who control money, and they make that their thing to control it. Money isn't yours to control. And so instead of trying to grasp and chase money all the time, what if we offered money everything? And that's what um, Tosha talks about in this book. If you haven't read this book, please, please, please read this book. Someone said, you said energy is around financial. No, it's not necessarily around financial. It's about letting go and releasing. I'm just using this eclipse to talk about releasing abundance, and everybody talks about abundance in the form of money, but that's not necessarily what it is all the time, right? So when we think about money, and what if we offered money everything, our triumphs, our problems, our desires, like fully back to love? So what if this offering itself was the secret to abundance, like offering everything? So in the book, It's Not Your Money, Tosha has this beautiful prayer that you say every day. I'm not going to say the whole prayer, but part of it is, which I think is really important as we go into this eclipse, is one of the things that she says is, change me, divine beloved, into one who fully trusts that all true needs are always met through your bounty. Let me surrender and allow you to become my source for all. Let me breathe, relax, and let you lead. I am safe. I am peaceful. All needs will be abundantly met. I am yours completely. So most of us have been indoctrinated into this kind of crazy patriarchal cultural paradigm of incessant competition, where we're pitted against each other for every tiny scrap of abundance. Like there's no room for all of us. There's this huge competition, but there's room for everyone. So it's a lot of scarcity thinking out there right now. And so part of the law of divine selection is divine timing. So it means that delays are beneficial, whether we see them or not. So if you've been experiencing delays around money, around abundance, around opportunities, now is the time with this lunar eclipse to allow you to release these things, right? Recently started this book. Good. It's a great book. To release these things and to allow these things to kind of leave you and let go of you so you can experience abundance on a more spiritual level that just doesn't allow money. I think we're moving into the times where abundance is not just going to be about what's in our bank account. It's going to be about our relationships, how we communicate, the things that we're doing on the day to day, time abundance, um, flexibility abundance, abundance within our nervous systems. So, right now, this eclipse, this total lunar eclipse, is giving you the opportunity to see how abundant you are, because you're going to be suddenly open to how the universe wants to provide. And sometimes it's not only through money. The purpose of this book, why I always recommend this book, isn't to gain abundance, it's to learn how to become abundant in a different way. So this eclipse is calling you to stop trying to get abundance and start being abundant in everything that you do. So I would recommend that if you feel like, I felt the urge yesterday to like clean up a lot of papers last night. So I stayed up a little bit late cleaning up. That's one of the things in this book where Tosha talks about decluttering and how clutter stops our abundance. So I spend 15 minutes every day trying to declutter certain parts of my house that I need to unclutter so that I can have that abundance. So let's talk about the Pisces eclipse, right? And how this coincides with abundance, lack of, all of that stuff. So Pisces eclipse it's what it's going to try and do over today and this next, I would even say 2 weeks until we get to the next eclipse, is that wants to it doesn't want to keep you separate from abundance. So I want you to write down every financial fear that you're ready to release when it comes to abundance, every way that you've tried to control money instead of trusting divine flow, every inherited belief you have about struggle for prosperity, every pattern of grasping instead of gracefully receiving. So I want you to write those things down and let um, Tosha has this thing in her book, let everything that needs to go go, and let everything that needs to come. And I say that every day. There's this prayer in the book. It's very good. So I would recommend you getting the book, right? And then also today, try to do yourself a favor and ask how you have been allowing yourself to be have a chokehold around abundance, around money, around the things that you don't have, and look at the things that you do have, whether that is community, whether that is family, whether that is these smaller things. Even though times right now do feel a little bit wonky and they feel kind of desperate, you don't have to be in that space. Why I love this book, and I always go back to this book when the world is falling apart, because it brings me back to me having the divine access for the things that I desire and the things that I want, because I am in control of what I can control. And that's why I love the book, right? And so in the book, Tosha talks about the divine knows the time of blooming, and that for some people it might be weeks, some people it might be months, some people it might be days. But the process of blooming, as opposed to insisting when it occurs, is what you have to let go of. So letting go of the expectation of when things are going to come. So the name of the book is called It's Not Your Money by Tosha Silver. That's the name of the book. Let me see if I can put it in the chat so you can just look it up. And Tosha gave me a blurb for my book that's coming out, and she never gives blurbs to people. So she was one of the first blurbs that came in from my book. So, which makes me happy. Let me see if I can put it in here. Let me put it in the chat. Let me copy. I'll put it in the chat. It's Not Your Money by Tosha Silver. Copy that. I'll put it in that chat. Let me put it in that chat. So that's the chat that it is. Let me put it in the chat and TikTok. I cannot wait for your book. You gave me. Oh, wait. Oh, somebody said that on TikTok. Thank you, Meg. Somebody said on TikTok, I gave them a reading 5 years ago and it changed their life and they can't wait for my book. Oh, thank you so much, Meg. I appreciate you. Oh, thank you. Yes, please pre-order my book. Tosha Silver gave me the stamp of approval. So I love her book. So thank you. Please revisit the book. So wherever you're watching, from TikTok, from YouTube, from Instagram, buy the book, revisit, but pre-order my book too. Please pre-order my book. My book is called Embody Yo Magic. I will put that in all of the chats. Embody Yo Magic by AC Brown. Please pre-order my book. I'll put that in the chat. Anywho, so why I love this book, and I've given that, I did a retreat, in 2022? I did a retreat in 2022 and we gave everyone this book because absolutely love this book, right? And so back to what she said. So abundance isn't something that you chase or you create. It is something that you allow, like by getting out of the way of, right? So we talked about that. So in this particular time that we have with these eclipses and over the next few months, Pisces doesn't want to be separate, right? It's two fishes swimming against all of the things. It's all of these things, right? So the eclipse, the North Node, all of the things that are in Pisces, Saturn's back here, everything. Pisces wants you to release any chokehold that you have around abundance or around how things flow to you, whatever the house that is that it's in. And we'll talk about that. So the goal for you is that the divine knows the time, and it's not your job to try and figure out the time. It's your job to make space and allow for it to happen. And what I have learned when it comes to abundance and when it comes to money, the only thing that I can control is me and making sure that I am a clear, open conduit for it to show up. Or as I said on Monday, I said money needs a job. You have to give it a job. You have to have, and this is just my advice, you need a budget. You need to tell money where it's going to go when it comes. All of these things. That's why it's important for you to write down stuff. It's important for you to write down your manifestations of the things you want. There is a creator on TikTok. I cannot remember her name, but she does this 100 manifestations where you write down 100 things that you want to manifest. And I'll find her and I'll talk about her tomorrow. But I wrote it down, like 100 things that you want to manifest. And a lot of the things have started to come true because you have to tell abundance and you have to tell money what the hell to do. Like, you can't just hope, wish, and dream and it just comes. Sometimes it does come, but that's why when I talk about manifestation and I talk about your nervous system and trauma and all of that stuff, you're building a muscle. And so this is the time during this eclipse to build that muscle and to release anything that's holding you back. So when you talk about becoming abundance, how Tosha talks about in the book, you want to be abundant in all things that you do, right? How you do anything is how you do everything. So look at some of the areas in your life where things might be holding you back, and try and make room for those. So, some of the things that you can say when it comes to abundance is, I am a clear channel for divine prosperity. You can make up your own thing. Or, I trust that the universe's perfect I trust in the universe's perfect timing, or I trust in the universe's perfect provision, or I receive abundantly and I give with joy, or I give joyfully, or may I know, this is from Tosha's kind of wording, may I know I deserve to have abundance, and may I know I deserve to have enough, or even more than enough. Or this started very long time on TikTok somewhere where, saying, God, show me how good it can get. Spirit, show me how good it can get. Whatever it is, to try and allow it to happen. So let's talk about how the eclipse is going to affect you by your rising sign, right? So if you're an Aries rising, so this eclipse activates your spiritual and your subconscious realm, the 12th house. So releasing limiting beliefs around money that operate beneath your awareness. So your abundance kind of comes through meditation, through dreams, through surrender, through surrendering financial control to that divine timing. So hidden blocks around receiving, you can ask for those to be dissolved. If you're a Taurus rising, that's your 11th house. So that's going to be around your community, your friendships, your long-term financial goals, or your long-term abundance goals are going to be kind of transformed. So releasing any expectations about how abundance should come through your network. So trust that the right connections, the right opportunities are going to be magnetically drawn to you through your authentic service and through you being authentic Venusian, that house is Venusian, being that kind of person. Now, if you're a Gemini rising, that is going to be through your 10th house. So your career, your reputation, the public eye, um, all of that is going to shift around abundance. So release any control around your profession, around money, around your image associated with money. So trust that your intuitive guidance about your career moves kind of align with your purpose, if you are a Gemini rising. Now, if you are a Cancer rising, Cancer rising, that's your 9th house. So your beliefs about money, spiritual relationships, any beliefs, any philosophies around money, around abundance, higher learning, prosperity, all of that is going to be upgraded. So you have to release limiting beliefs about what you're capable of receiving. That's going to be really important if you are a Cancer rising. Now, if you are a Leo rising, that is your 8th house. So this is going to be a very deep, transformative time for you. This is going to be, deeply transformational time around shared resources, investments, and intimate financial partnerships. So releasing any fears around vulnerability and trust. The universe is teaching you about spirituality or the spiritual nature of money through your connections. Now, if you are Virgo rising, this is hitting your 7th house of partnerships, both professional and both romantic and platonic. So you're going to be asked to like spiritually realigned around abundance, releasing control about how others should support your prosperity. Trust that the right business and life partnerships are being divinely orchestrated for you, that things are aligning when it comes to relationships. Now, if you are a Libra rising, this is the 6th house. This has to do with your health, your routines, and your rituals. You have to get your health in order. You have to get your routines in order. You have to make room for abundance, especially your connection to how you feel about money and prosperity within your body if you are Libra rising. If you are Libra rising, especially with this particular Pisces eclipse, everything that has to do with abundance and receiving and things working out for you are connected to your body. It's connected to your health. It's connected to how you feel. It's connected to the routines that you do or you don't do. If you are a Scorpio rising, this is around your fifth house, your creativity, your expression. What are you trying to birth in the world? What have you not been doing that you need to do, that you've been putting off? Maybe it's also building better connections with your children, putting your children into activities that you think they should be doing. So, any fears around monetizing your creative gifts or using your creative gifts to help people, you're going to have to let that go. So, you have to trust that expressing your authentic self becomes your greatest source of abundance. Now, if you're a Sagittarius rising, if you are a Sagittarius rising, this lunar eclipse is hitting your fourth house along with Saturn and all the other things. So, your emotional foundation, family patterns around money, and your sense of security are going to be healed. So you have to release any inherited beliefs about struggle, about financial struggle, about what you don't have or what you do have. Trust that any emotional healing that you do during this time is going to create the foundation for prosperity. So letting go of any beliefs that there's not enough money or that this and that, all of that stuff, anything that's rooted in a foundation that's not what you want to see, you're going to have to let that go. Now, if you are a Capricorn rising, it's your third house. So your communication, your local connections, any ways of sharing about your gifts, or that's going to be upgraded. So you have to release any old mental patterns about earning money, about sharing money, about receiving money. You have to trust that as long as you're speaking your truth and saying what you want around the things that you want and desire, that it's going to come to you. So if you're an Aquarius rising, that's your second house, right? So you have to kind of build a better relationship around money, possessions, and self-worth. Okay. So this is going to be what's being recalibrated, and you're going to have to release any scarcity thinking about your personal resources. Okay. So you have to trust that your intuitive knowing is going to give you what you value, what you desire, all of those things when it comes to money. Now, if you're a Pisces rising, this is going to be in your first house. So anything about your identity, your personal direction in life, or the way you feel about yourself in the world, you have to release who you thought you had to be to receive abundance. So you have to trust your intuitive guidance around that and express your most authentic, abundant self. Okay. So for the next month, what I want you to do, there's an exercise in the book that Tosha calls radical receiving. So before you check your bank account, before you worry about money, say, I trust divine provision. When any financial decisions come up, say, where, what serves love here, or what will make me money. And well, instead of saying what will make me money or how can I make money, ask yourself what serves love here, or you trust divine provision. So something that you can do over this next month and leading into the last quarter going into 2026 is probably this week is notice any kind of unexpected support and opportunities that flow to you. Also during this month, practice, allow me to always accept the right assistance. I welcome help. I welcome receiving. Document how divine timing shows up in your financial life, and how people help you and how people offer help to you. Do those things this month. So there's tons of stuff that you can do. Any questions? Does anybody have any questions? Thank you for this. What's the book you reference? The book I reference is, It's Not Your Money by Tosha Silver. It's a phenomenal book. I'm going to read. So there's this thing called the Change Me prayer. You're supposed to say it every day. It's a phenomenal prayer, but I'll read it because I think it's important. So Scorpio rising, it affects your 5th house. So anything that you want to monetize, creatively, all of that stuff. But if you want the full thing, just watch the replay on YouTube. So I'll read the Change Me prayer. So you're supposed to say this prayer every day when you read the book. So that's one of the things. And this is a phenomenal prayer, right? So it says, Divine Beloved, allow me to give with complete ease and abundance, knowing that you are the unlimited source of all. Let me be an easy, open conduit for your prosperity. Let me trust that all my own needs are always met in amazing ways, and that it is safe to give freely as my heart guides. And equally, let me feel wildly open to receiving. May I know my own value, beauty, and worthiness without question. Let me allow others the supreme pleasure of giving to me. May I feel worthy to receive in every possible way. Change me into one who can fully love, forgive, and accept myself. So I may carry your light without restriction. Let everything that needs to go, go. Let everything that needs to come, come. I am utterly your own. You are me. I am you. We are one. All is well. So you say this prayer every single day while you're doing this book. So it's 8 weeks, and each week has a different thing that you do. There's tons of different exercises in there, everything. It's a phenomenal book. It changed my life, and I'm so honored that Tosha gave me a blurb for my book, because I literally recommend this book to everyone. I've brought so many copies of this book. It's so, so phenomenal. So I would get this book and make this a goal for you to do this book for the rest of the year, so you can go into 2026 with more of an open heart, an open mind, more energy. Because remember, and I'll talk about this at some time during this month, during my 30 days of live. But we are going into a one universal year. So as shitty as things have been, excuse my language, we are going into a one universal year. So energetically, the book is called It's Not Your Money by Tosha Silver. It's Not Your Money by Tosha Silver. I will put it in all the chats again for those who didn't see it. I put it in all the chats. That's the book that I was reading from. So get the book, read it, do it for the rest of the year. So anyway, like I was saying, we are going into a one universal year. Okay. Is the world falling apart? Absolutely. But it's falling apart as we know it. Okay. So does it feel uncomfortable? Absolutely. Let's check off the box there. However, we get an opportunity. Remember, this is a 9 universal year. This is the year of endings, endings of things as we know it, all of that. Next year, we get somewhat of an energetic, clean slate, okay? Not necessarily that everything's going to be fresh and new and all of that stuff. It's just going to be energetically feeling a lot more, I would say, less defeating. If anything, it's not going to feel as heavy. So if you are going into whatever personal year you're going into, it's going to be backed by a one universal year. So planting seeds, new beginnings, fresh start, new mindset. So allow these eclipses and this eclipse season to really wash away any fears and any limiting beliefs that you have about yourself, your worth, what you can do, what you can't do, what you want to do. As hard as, as hard as this year has been for many of us, especially emotionally and mentally, you always have an opportunity to change the way you see things in life, no matter what. You are the captain of your own vessel. So that's why nervous system work, somatic healing is so important. Really getting down to the root cause of how you feel about things, because that is your job. No one's coming to save you, and damn sure no one's coming to save your nervous system. That is something that you have to work on. So you have to create safe spaces, opportunities, so that you can feel comfortable and thrive. And you have to do that work however you see fit, so you don't keep on having to go through pain and go through suffering, because I know what that's like. Now, if the pain and depression get a little bit too much, do your best to figure out how to get on some medication to help you, to pick you up, okay? I'll just say that. So I'm now in a personal year. I'm in a personal year 8. So this book may yes, that's when I found out about this book, when I was in a personal year 8. It was recommended to me when I was getting ready to start my personal year 8. They were like, read this book. This is a perfect book to read when you are getting ready to go into any year, but a personal year 8 for sure. Okay. So I would suggest that you do yourself a favor, as this month is going to be a very heavy energetic month with these eclipses, with Saturn back in Pisces retrograde until February 14th, 2026. Woo, there's a lot going on. I would do yourself a favor and choose your way, choose your direction, choose how you want to end this year, how you want to begin this year. You are still the captain of your own ship. You are still the captain of your destiny. Granted, the world is the world, but I look at things very differently. As a Black woman, I only know, looking at the world through, I'm going to have a hurdle, but I ask for ease. And I know there's certain things that I cannot control at all. So I still do it anyway. I still choose to have a great mindset. I choose to treat myself a certain way. I choose to ask for certain things from source, from spirit. That's just how I was raised as well. You do what you have to do until you don't have to do what you have to do, kind of thing. And you also, my dad used to say, the world is yours. That you are the sun, you are a star, all of that stuff. So I had those things already in my mind. So I'm going to move forward. A lot of people have not. And that doesn't mean that I haven't had trauma along with that and the world kind of like kicking me down. But that doesn't mean that you stop. People want to give up every day. I know I didn't want to show up today because it's the full moon. I'm tired. But I made a commitment to myself to do 30 days of live. And here I am on day 7. So I have, how many days left? Child, because I'm counting down. Let's see, 30 minus 7, 23 days. But I'm going to do it, and I'm going to make the most of this. Okay? So somebody said they're entering a personal year 2. Personal year 2s are good. They're not the worst. But if you're in a relationship and it's not working out, you'll find out in a personal year 2. Sorry to say that. I think your podcast, you mentioned doing personal years from, yes, that's me. Everybody, every numerologer does not like that. I think I pissed off a lot of people when I said that publicly a few years ago, from birthday to birthday. But that's how it makes sense to me, especially depending on when your birthday is. I'd go from birthday to birthday, and there's like an overlap. Some people, January 1st to December 31st, that's not me. But you do you. Thank you for honoring your commitment. Oh, you're welcome. I have to honor it. Because if I don't honor my commitment, then I'm not letting anybody else down but myself. That's it. When you don't keep promises to yourself, When you don't do the things that you say you're going to do, you're letting down yourself. Nobody else cares. I'm just being honest. Yes, this is my business and I do this full time. This is how I earn a living. This is my calling, my destiny, all of that stuff. But I'm not letting down anybody else but myself. When I say I'm going to do something and I don't do it, I'm affected. I'm affected. When you do stuff or you say stuff that that you want to do and you don't do it, you're affected. No one else is affected. No one else is going to be like, oh my God, because you didn't, promise to hit your protein goals, now I'm going to be sad. Nobody's going to be sad but you. Like, that is the reality of getting from where you are to where you want to be. Is keeping promises to yourself. That's how you gain confidence in what you do. I have confidence. I've been doing this work for over 15 years, but I show up, I do the work, I try things, I listen to my guides, to spirit. But when I'm doing something that's pushing myself, I have to keep that promise to myself. Nobody else is going to give a fuck. It's on me. I have to show up. I have to do the things. So when you are trying to do something in your life and trying to make a change, you're only letting yourself down when you don't do it. No one's keeping a tab about you not doing something. It's you. That's what's making you unhappy. That's what's making you depressed. If you're not hitting your goals, if you're not doing the things that you're supposed to be doing for your life, it's on you. That's the thing. If hopefully, you get that, is that the more that you learn how to keep promises to yourself, the easier life will get. So a promise to yourself is waking up at a certain time. It's doing your skincare routine. All of these things that you think are so, oh, I'll just wait and put it off. All you're doing is building in more of a case for your nervous system about why things might not work. That's all it is. You're just building a case for your younger self, for your inner teen. And they were like, yeah, girl, you said you was going to do it. You're not going to do that. Remember last week when you said you were going to walk 2 miles and you didn't? Your body remembers that. So every time you let yourself down, every time you don't do something you're supposed to do, your body's remembering it. And so that's why it gets harder and harder and harder. It's not necessarily age that makes change harder. You have built a case for your nervous system, for your inner child, for your inner teen to say, yeah, right, you're not going to do it anyway. So I might as well give you resistance because you said that 5 times last year and it still didn't happen. So let's act out. Okay? So make some type of promise or goal to yourself and complete the mission. That's the least you can do for yourself. That's the bare minimum because no one else is going to do it for you. Okay? No one else cares about you the way you should care about yourself. No one's coming to save you. It's just not happening. So you're going to have to pick yourself up, make a few promises, and actually follow through. And then you can do bigger things, and then you can have bigger goals. But you have to start small. If you're supposed to be on time to work and you late every day, come on. Come on now. Like, come on. Like, yeah, no. Like, actually do the things. So do those things. Does anyone have any questions? Listen, I love reading people for filth because I read myself for filth. That's how I get shit done. Okay? That's how I get things done. Anyone have any questions? What else did I want to say about this? So, the Pisces lunar eclipse, don't let it be quiet, let it be relaxing, but you're entering believing that you can have what you want. So let this month be the start of something new, something better for you. Trust that divine timing is always on your side, that things are blooming, that things are always working out in your favor, and then that they will, Um, some of the stuff that I have, the money magnetism map, it's coming out on Friday. It's a small course. You can purchase that. Your main character mission, or if you want to do a voice of truth session with me, go to, where that is. But yeah, that is it. The way through is through personal year. Personal year twos are always going to be, relationships are good, but if the relationship is not aligned, it's not going to work out. It's going to fall apart real quick. Really, really quick. Thank you. It's a dress, actually. It looks like a top, but thanks. It's a dress. The eclipse season has already been crazy. I'm a Pisces and I'm having such a hard time with money. Single mom, building a retreat in Mexico. Oh, okay. Leo rising, so it's in your 8th house. That's other people's money. So you're probably just not asking the right people for help if you're a Leo rising. And your sun is in Pisces in the 8th house. I keep on telling y'all, OnlyFans, you should be taking everybody's money, pretty much. As a Pisces going into what helps with the confusion, sitting quiet, meditating, making sure that you are listening to your actual, your body, and you're not letting things kind of confuse you. If you are a Pisces, grounding yourself, being honest about what you actually want for that house that Pisces is going through. Personal year for me next year. Also, Aquarius rising. Things you meant to rep me for filthy love, but I'm feeling good entering in. Personal year 3s are fun. They're very fun. Very, 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 very fun. Will the money magnet course be available as a Yeah, no, you can buy the money magnetism map. It's $9. You can purchase it now. It's going to be released before the 15th, so probably like by Friday, but the 15th at the latest. And it comes with a workbook talking about your rising sign and other things in your nervous systems, and there's a video. So you can buy it now if you go to my website. If you go to the shop. Personal year, date, month, year plus 2025. Yes, that is correct. Personal year 4. Personal year 4, you just have to get things together and focus on that. What? That's amazing. Things will shift in your favor. Yes, yes, yes. Libra rising and Capricorn sun and moon. Things seem to be shifting at my job. Just call in what you want. Did you say sun in the 8th house? Yes, I said sun in if you have any planets in the 8th house, and man or woman, especially sun, Venus, moon, like quite frankly, any planets. OnlyFans. Yes, that's what I said. Open up an OnlyFans, please. Take people's money. Pisces sun and Gemini rising. Okay, so your Pisces sun with your Gemini rising. Yeah, so the eclipse is going to be in your 10th house. So that's your career. So focus on what you want to see for your career. Someone said natal North Node Pisces is the eclipse. Yeah, so everything's going to change if your natal North Node is in Virgo and your South Node is in Pisces. So it's going to be a really interesting month for you. There's going to be a lot of changes in those houses that it's in. And so you just have to be kind to yourself and be honest about what you desire and what you want. So that's going to be really important. Okay. If no other questions, I will see you all tomorrow. Remember, Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. The replays will be on YouTube only. The replays will only be on YouTube. Please relax this eclipse tonight. Have a good meal, light a candle. I'm going to do some painting later. Oh, good. You purchased the Final Five. Yeah, the Final Five. That's like a manifestation guide. It's also in my store. Go to my shop. Do something really just relaxing tonight. If you need to cry, cry. If you need to scream, scream. Do all the things. But I'll be back tomorrow on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So enjoy yourself today and have a good day. Have a good Sunday. All right? So bye.